What if the worst thing that ever happened to you just happens to be the best thing that ever happened to you? Like a blessing in disguise. There are many of us in this world, including myself, that have experienced childhood trauma. Dark and horrific tales of the past that sometimes give you nightmares and ultimately alter the perception and lens of life. As time goes on, this lens obstructs your goals and visions, giving you limiting beliefs that prevent you from evolving into the optimal version of yourself, which then sets you up for failure. You see, some of the most successful people in the world have learned how to use their pain as fuel to propel them towards their ultimate goals in life. After all, pain is the best teacher, and your tolerance towards it is one of the biggest keys to a successful life. Just think about all the people in the world that were born into wealth and never had to work for anything or go through any type of pain. This is actually the unluckiest place to be. If you never have to work for anything or go through any struggle, then you have no reason to improve or level up in life, do you? Which explains why some of the richest countries in the world have the highest rates of obesity and depression, even though the people that inhabit it never have starved or experienced pain in their life. If you haven't learned how to use these pains and traumas to your advantage, then like most people, you will default to finding a way to numb it, like a fiend. Which is why in this video, we will go over 3 simple but powerful steps that you should take to channel pain and trauma into drive and success that will transform you into an unstoppable force. Number 1, accept the past. The past is the past, can't be altered, changed, or negotiated with. The only time you should be visiting the past is if there are lessons to be learned from it. Outside of that, the only option is to accept it for what it is and embrace your current pain. But you see, part of accepting the past is putting things into perspective. 90% of events that happen to us, especially during the earlier parts of our lives, are not by choice and completely out of our control. So, you can't be angry at yourself for something you didn't sign up for. On the other hand, for those things that were in your control, holding the grudge in your heart for long enough will eventually start to consume your soul, altering your personality. Trust me. I've held on to hatred for most of my life, and all it did was cause me to self-sabotage with bad decisions that only resulted in me hating myself. Now, I know it's not easy to just let some things go, but the more you embrace the pain and sit with it, the easier it will be for you to learn from it and move on. Number 2, channel the pain. The pain is sometimes too much to handle, so most people default to numbing it. But what they fail to realize is that it's a very powerful source of energy. Even if it is negative, there's a way to transform it into something positive. Mission got canceled? Good. We could focus on another one. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better and gain experience. Got injured? Good. Needed a break from training. Girlfriend broke your heart? Good. Because there's no better teacher than the pain of betrayal. Channeling the pain, however, starts with regaining control of your breath and your thoughts. Once you have sat with the pain for some time, it's time to stand up and move with it into a physical activity. You can start running, lifting weights, doing yoga, or my personal favorite, find that punching bag and rip it open like a fiend. The key to channeling it is to think about the pain and feel the emotion of it while you are engaging in this physical activity. By linking the two, you are not only giving yourself the edge, but teaching your mind how to draw from places of pain during a high-intensity moment. You should always try to include an activity in your day that requires you to do something out of your own will or something that just straight up sucks. It's easy to do something when the motivation is high, but most times you won't feel like working and pushing yourself when you are tired or feeling lazy. Pushing through is what builds your willpower and allows you to develop internal resilience. For example, The pain of waking up early and not hitting that snooze button requires a high level of mental fortitude at first, until it doesn't. Once it becomes a habit, the once painful task is now automated into your system. There is another video on this channel about how to quit an addiction. That video goes over some ways you can chase pain in order to receive pleasure and reset your body's dopamine levels. Be sure to check it out to give yourself an extra edge and get ahead of most people. And lastly, number 3, forgive and focus. Forgiving and letting go is the only thing that will bring you true inner peace. Once you have given yourself that time every day to be mindful and clear out everything, it's time to focus on your purpose. Remember that purpose is what gives us the ultimate drive in life. Once the crosshairs narrow in on the purpose, nothing else matters, and anything outside of that is a distraction. So use your imagination to determine how the best version of yourself looks and start chasing that person every single day. Forget about everyone else around you. They don't matter. Life's not fair, never was and never will be. So your life depends on finding a way to adapt and adapting fast. There's an old saying that goes, after every difficulty, there will always be ease. As you face the calamities of life that come your way, your pain tolerance only gets better. The higher the tolerance, the closer you are to success, because pain is the ultimate blessing and a gift in disguise, all at the same time. People are counting on you, and others are waiting for you to fall. You can use them both as fuel. So prove them all wrong, because if you don't, then you've only proven them right. But most importantly, prove it to yourself, because the greatest revenge and comeback from all that pain is massive success. Right, so why don't you smash that subscribe button when you're ready to master your mind and start taking things more seriously. Here's my card.